Okay, good morning to everybody. I hope that when you hear this video that it will be, you'll be able to understand this video because it will be basically for Shushan Purim. And I don't know if everyone will still be in a matzav that they can concentrate on Divrei Torah. Al Kol Panim, there's a very famous question that all the Rishonim and Achronim speak about, and that is a very strange thing that Purim can be celebrated on various days. Like you've got all those people outside Yerushalayim or outside the city which was walled from the time of Yoshua ben Nun, celebrate on the 14th, and all those in a place like Yerushalayim and other cities which they had a wall around them from the time of Yoshua ben Nun, they celebrate on the 15th because it's the ultimate victory was not only the 14th, but also on the 15th, which took place at Shushan Birah. Shushan Birah had a walled city, and they decided that if it's a walled city, because of Kavod Eretz Israel, that any city that at the time Yoshua was also walled will celebrate on the 15th. Now, we don't find such a thing on any other holidays. We don't find people in this area keep Pesach at this time, and in the Golan, let's say, in another day. Or we don't find that L'gabay Sukkot or L'gabay Shavuot or L'gabay any other holiday, we don't find that the mitzvah is kept by different groups of people on a different date. So at the back of Masechet Megillah, there's one of the Perushim is that this was done specifically to differentiate between mitzvah d'Rabbanan and mitzvah d'Oraita. When it's something that was given from the Torah, that's mamash from Hashem, directly absolute. So there can be no differences. There's everyone now is bound by the same mitzvah at the same time. It makes no difference where one is. But the rabbis wanted to show that their mitzvot are different type, a different level than the absolute mitzvot of the Torah. So therefore, they said like this: the people who experienced the miracle at the time of Purim on the 14th, they'll celebrate on that day. And people who were in the capital city of Shushan, which they experienced the miracle on another day and it was walled, let them celebrate on the 15th. And all this in order to bring out the difference between a mitzvah d'oraita and mitzvah d'Rabbanan. This is, first of all, the technical, one of the technical explanations. And another explanation, it's all based on something that Rav Hutner said, is that the mitzvah of Purim, which is basically the wiping out of Amalek, that took place on the 14th, and the mitzvah of wiping out Amalek, which took place on the 15th, the one outside of Shushan and one inside of Shushan, they were so fundamentally different that they require 2 different days of celebration. The mitzvah of wiping out Amalek on the 14th, what typifies the war on Amalek on the 14th, is that the Jewish people were passive. Haman had also ordered his edict that on the 13th the Jewish people should attack. They didn't take any action. They just took defensive measures. And on the 14th when they attacked, they stood up and they fought back. And as the Megillah says, it's an unbelievable number. 75,000 people were killed. That's astronomical. It's a tremendous, I don't know, we're not a bucky in all the ancient wars in those times, but within a day to go out to battle against some sort of Ezrachim, it's not like on a battlefield, 75,000 people to be killed is a lot of people. But to get back to the point, the wiping out of Amalek and the defense against Amalek, which took place outside of Shushan, was in a passive way. And that was exactly how it was when the Jewish people went out of Egypt. They were attacked by Amalek. They were passive sufferers of the attack. But on the 15th, if you read in the Megillah, it was a completely different type of offensive. Here, Esther, she approached Achashverosh and she said, I want another day to take the offensive and to go and to uproot Amalek. She took the initiative in now taking an attack on Amalek. And she asked Achashverosh also that there should be a public demonstration of the Jewish people's capacity to wipe out Amalek. And Haman and his children some of his sons, that they were hung on a tree. They were hung on the gallows. So what typifies the attack of the 15th and the celebration of the 15th was that the Jewish people, in wiping out Amalek, they took the offensive. And that is similar to the attack of Amalek that took place when the Jewish people had Eretz Yisrael. There, the Jewish people again took the initiative. Hashem said to the Jewish people, he said to Shaul, that you come to Eretz Yisrael, and I want you now to go and to wage a preemptive strike on Amalek. We weren't reacting like in the desert to an attack of Amalek. We were taking the initiative of taking a preemptive strike against Amalek and waging battle. And that's why these 2 days of Purim, they were enacted because they parallel two different types of wiping out Amalek, the one in which we were passive, the one in which we're active. The one parallels the act of wiping out or attacking Amalek as we were in the desert, a reaction, and the other one is pro-action as we did in the time of Shaul. And as I wanted to end up, can you imagine that, like let's say when Israel, when the Jewish people came back to Medinat Israel, so you had the Jewish people now got extra strength. A raid, for example, like trying to bring Achman to trial. That was exactly a type of offensive which could only have happened when we had a Medina, just like it could only have happened when the Jewish people are in control, either like in the case of Shaul or like his descendant, Esther. That's the greatness of having a Medina in that way. And that's why we have these 2 days, as I said, of Purim, in which we wipe out Amalek in different ways. And Bezat Hashem, we get to that place where Amalek will be wiped out. We'll be able to build the Beit HaMikdash, just like it was in Purim. All the wiping out of Amalek at the time of Aman was the prelude to what came afterwards, is that the Achashverosh, the second Achashverosh, who was Esther's son, that he allowed for the Beit HaMikdash to be built after, or to resume to be built after the wiping out of Amalek, and Kein Yiratzon B'Yameinu as well.